This is unprecedented coldness here in San Antonio compared to Virginia.
It's cold. That's what he's trying to say.
It's like 35 degrees right now. We weren't expecting this coming back home because it's definitely hot here. But we've been enjoying ourselves.
Oh, we have, yeah, very, very much. So, yeah, first off, hi, everyone.
Yeah.
So, we brought you along today to the Riverwalk in San Antonio, Texas, because this is just a place that we love so much, and we just have to be coming over and seeing what's going on. We'll show you right now what's happening. There's the Riverwalk has a garden. It's more of a botanical garden.
Yeah.
And we've been doing our little walks and coming out and just, you know, we miss our hometown. We miss San Antonio. We wanted to come out and walk around. That's what we've been up to.
That's what we've been doing.
And see what's happening. You know, what's changed. A lot of you have told us San Antonio changed a lot. We've been gone, 20 years? So
yeah.
It has changed. But, you know, it's still beautiful San Antonio. And my goodness, right now, because of what's going on with the plants here, it's like I said, it's a botanical garden going on down in the Riverwalk. And we have been having cooler temperatures, and there are some very tender plants down there, tropical plants that you wouldn't think they would be at this time, you know, still going. Now, there is a reason for that. So the river, should we just start talking about it right now?
Yeah,
and then we show them?
Sure.
Okay, so the Riverwalk is it's a lower level from the street.
Yeah, it's below the street. You can see the bridge back there. That's street level right there where that bridge is at. So it's about 20 feet below street level, basically. So it's Angie was, go ahead, keep going.
No, well, I mean, there's, you know, so many plants that we know we've been seeing. Like there was the times that we've been coming around, there was poinsettias, and there's philodendron. There's just so many tropical plants.
A lot of lantana. We talked about it before. Lantana is...
And a lot of these plants, especially like philodendrons or poinsettias, around a certain temperature, maybe 50, 40, they won't be doing that well. You know, they'll start to shut down, that you lose the plants. But we're still going while we were around that time now. Temperatures have gotten a lot cooler now in the evenings, and right now we're 34, 36 at the moment. I don't see the poinsettias. I don't remember if it was on this side or the other side.
No, they're further down the way. We'll show you guys.
So that's what we're going to see if they're still going right now. But the amazing thing about the Riverwalk being lower level is that there's an amazing microclimate for these amazing, beautiful plants to be growing. So around summer, it's 5 to 7 degrees cooler. And then in winter, it's 5 to 7 degrees warmer, which
doesn't feel like it. It's cold.
I'm loving it. I think it feels good right now. I actually miss the cold. Us coming from Virginia, I've been there for 4 years. I'm missing the snow. I'm missing the cold temperature. So right now it's heaven for me. But I think we go ahead and take them.
We'll continue to take a walk so you guys can see everything else.
Yeah, but there's a lot of color. It's just beautiful at the moment.
This is a place where Angie probably lived most of her time as a teenager, at River Center Mall. But you can see some of those plants up there are starting to dwindle a little bit because it's pretty frigid out here right now. I keep switching hands because my hands are exposed, and it's pretty cold, but let's keep walking around and show you guys everything else that's happening. So one thing we're noticing here a lot is the lantana, and that's something that we've talked about all the time.
That's San Antonio. That's just down here.
It's like 35 degrees down here, and this freeze doesn't last long enough to completely kill it. But you see them all over the place. It's like I said, it's like a weed. It's a good perennial here in San Antonio.
That was a plant that I would grow a lot in Virginia, and it would actually last till a few freeze, right?
Yeah,
It would actually last for us. And yeah, because we've seen it here, and it does get cold here. You do get freezing temperatures in San Antonio.
Yeah.
And it still keeps, you know, it's still going. So one thing that I'm loving very much is looking at all the containers. You know, I love container gardening, and I love how much they've been using the cyclamen in these containers. Look at how beautiful that is. They're growing them too with alyssum. I still have my alyssum going, guys, at our house. And then you just have it with a mix of plants. These are still petunias going on right now. Yep. Isn't that crazy? So they have these containers all over the place. There's some lobelia on that side with snapdragons. And all through the Riverwalk, you will see these type of plantings. I just think it's gorgeous and it's just amazing. One thing I'm very excited to see right now at the moment is that there's still elephant ears happening down here. A lot of these plants, I'll let Amber show you first. Look at all these amazing tropical plants. So one of the things is that is very amazing is to see that plants that, around 50, 55 degrees, you're like starting to, once it starts getting to those temperatures at night, you start to bring them in, or they're done for. And living here in San Antonio, I have seen some of these plants out in other landscapes, but there is a lot, I have not seen these anywhere else right now. I think they would be done, or also the poinsettias, which we're going to show you, because those plants, once you hit 50, 55 degrees in the evening or daytime, they start to just, slow down and just shut down. You can start to tell that they're starting to feel the cold. There's also coleus. A lot of coleus is grown here in the Riverwalk. That's one thing that I was looking up because I wanted to see, ideas for plantings for our own home. And I noticed that they love, coleus is one of the plants that is planted a lot here. But yeah, you can start seeing how the elephant ears are starting to say goodbye. So one of the very happy things for us is being rose lovers, that roses just seem to keep going here in winter in San Antonio. So yeah, we still have a few going for us too. And I think till next month, we will still have the roses blooming for us.
In 1955, there was a botanical garden established here in the River Center, but in 1962, there was a lot of shrubs and trees that were established here, a lot of them mainly being some cypress, a lot of palms, which is very evident here along the Riverwalk, and some fig trees as well. I don't see too many figs. It might be too cold to even spot anything growing. Yeah. I haven't seen any foliage from figs, but the palm trees definitely are here, and some of the cypress are still here, but it's very evident along the whole Riverwalk. There's a lot. It even has some banana trees here as well.
Philodendron was one of the many plants that were planted here as well.
Yeah, and you can see
the beginning.
Yeah, you see a lot of philodendron. I see a little bit of fern, not too many fern. We see some foxtail right here on the bottom.
Foxtail. There is true ferns out there, though.
Yeah.
Is that pepper? I think I've been seeing papyrus grass.
Yeah, but we're going to keep taking a walk and show you everything else that's here, because some of the sites here on the Riverwalk are just amazing and beautiful. So we're going to stop and talk here because Angie is excited about a certain plant that grows here.
It's been probably a week or two since we came down here and had a little walk. And one of the things that just blew my mind was seeing the poinsettias in bloom. Now, growing up here, my mom did have in her garden poinsettias growing. That's why, to me, it's just kind of, you know, going back in time and trying to remember what the weather was like here. Was it really this chilly in winter? I don't really remember. It's been a few years, you know, since we've been here, but here they are. It's been cold. We've had temperatures, evening temperatures, you know, under 50. So they're still going. What amazes me is that poinsettias don't do well after, you know, you hit 50 degrees. So it's amazing to see them still going. So much color going on. I remember when we first got here, I was actually touching them, feeling them, digging in there, the soil to make sure they were real, they were planted. Because it's just amazing to see these plants, you know, going right now. As you can see to your right over there, that is Pepper's grass. So that is another plant that we love to have, that we've always planted in our garden as well. And yeah, it's amazing that 5-7 degrees, you know, this microclimate is such a difference. I don't think these poinsettias would be right now blooming for us, I think, in our garden.
Yeah.
I think they would be done for.
Yeah,
so
they're pretty well established here. That's
Yeah.
another thing too, so.
That's true. And like, you know, the microclimate in this little, you know, in this area in the Riverwalk as well is, you know,
Yep.
doing its magic. But it's just, you know, it's beautiful to be here and be able to just show you guys, you know, this is an area where we used to hang out as teenagers, you know, growing up. This is actually, I don't know if you want to talk to them about it.
So this is a spot where whenever they do any river parades, this is one of the main areas where they stop and do a lot of speeches. If you're a San Antonio Spurs fan and ever been here when they won a championship, this is normally where they stop and do their little speeches and get up on the platform. The river boats come through here. But, yep, gonna keep on moving, and I think there's plenty to see here. So all this philodendron and palms growing in water, guys.
Look how big they are.
Wish I could show you the roots, but growing in water, and you know, what do you think about that?
That is
crazy,
awesome.
huh?
That's
awesome.
amazing. You know,
Yeah.
one trying to force them to grow indoors. And look at these beautiful things.
Yeah, and they're huge. Look at the size of those things. I
They're
mean,
really big.
absolutely huge and looking beautiful. So I'm walking around doing photos and taking video, and I almost fell into the river. Angie said she wouldn't get me because I wasn't paying attention. There's no ledges, no guardrails here to stop you from falling in there. But Angie said she wouldn't even try to get me.
It is kind of chilly right now.
It's cold.
I would get you.
Nice.
I would jump in there.
Sure. I wasn't expecting it to be this cold, but it's getting pretty cold.
I'm loving it. It's hilarious to see Ambrose right now because he's cold. He really is cold.
It's cold, and she said, we're in a tunnel right now, sorry.
It's dark.
She said, I'm not used to cold, and I asked her, have you ever seen me when I go to the range? I'm like top to toe, hand warmers,
That's
gloves.
True.
I'm not used to this cold.
I love it. I can live in a cold place forever. I love it.
All right, let's see where else we're at. I think we're gonna try to get some coffee right now.
That sounds good.
Waiting for our coffee.
Yeah, because we noticed that 5-7 degrees.
It just definitely makes a difference. I didn't know that till you walked up from the street level. It was colder and windier.
I think people think we're crazy that we're walking out there. There was a lady that was waving at us.
Yeah.
Us it's cold.
She was banging through the window, telling us that it was
There are
cold.
coffee
Yeah,
shops all in restaurants all along the Riverwalk, and that's one of the things that we miss so much. Everybody's so friendly. People
Yeah.
are just so happy and excited and smiling everywhere.
yeah, it got pretty cold, so we're gonna enjoy our coffee here. So we're in a coffee shop here, and Angie looked towards down the hallway, and you can see there's a living wall here. Lots of plants. Looks absolutely, some dracaenas. You got some pothos. You got, I think I saw some spider plants, but some ferns, some philodendrons. Absolutely beautiful. So Angie's IND scooters. and she wants to try it one day. They have all these electric scooters down here that you can pay for on a mobile app, I'm assuming, and you can take these scooters all through the downtown area. But there's a whole bunch of scooters.
So that's one of the different things from San Antonio being away 20 years. The scooters.
Yeah, Angie definitely wants to try those.
All right, so we just had our coffee. I had to change microphone, so hopefully the volume's not that bad. But we just left the coffee shop. Different experience. I mean,
Yeah, so has it changed?
it's definitely changed. I mean, it's a bit different walking here in downtown compared to when we were younger, right?
Yeah, I remember, honestly, I remember around super early being packed. A lot of people everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
I was one of those people out here.
I was telling Angie, maybe it's because of cold. There's not that many people out here, but me and my daughter came the last time too, and there wasn't that many people here, and it wasn't this cold at all. It was actually, what was it, like 50 something that day that we came?
Yeah.
So,
I think that's changed a lot. People used to be out more. Now I don't know if, like Ambrose is saying, because of the time of year. I mean, I remember being here when, you know, as a teenager, and there was always people everywhere.
yeah. But I mean, I absolutely enjoy it though. There's not that many people. You know, it's nice and quiet. We're walking around, not bothered, not getting in anybody's way. People not bothered by the camera. So it's absolutely awesome that we're able out here to do this. It's kind of early too, so
Yeah.
Are you trying to steal a boat right now?
No. Just get on a boat.
I just said let's just get on a boat. There's a bunch of boats here. The river boats. She's wanting to jump on one.
Ooh, look at that.
So, as we're getting ready to leave, this is probably one of my favorite views, just because of the color scheme of the umbrellas, and you got a lot of the restaurants that go down that way as well. I know it's kind of dark because I'm standing underneath the bridge, but this is probably one of my favorite views. I think I took a couple of photos of it too. I don't know why, I just love it. And then right now, I know it's early in the morning, but there's the heated steam coming off the top of the river there. I was saying, Angie, they just cleaned this river out. They drained it and did some cleaning, so you can almost see to the bottom of it as well. So I see you threw your coffee away.
Yeah, that chai latte, I didn't feel it. It wasn't doing good.
So one of the purposes of coming out here was actually for us to enjoy ourselves as well, show you guys what's going on. But we had our first coffee adventure, like coming out here and actually having coffee at a coffee shop. And unfortunately, I have to say it wasn't the greatest coffee in the world. Angie said she could have made it better at home. I agree.
It sounds so mean, right? Well, we usually bring our coffee out here with us.
Yeah.
We actually have some in the truck.
So we wanted to, like I said, we wanted to come out, enjoy the coffee at a spot and just have fun, and just looking at the lantana up there.
How beautiful that is.
But
there's still color here. Look. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry I interrupted Ambrose, but
there's some
look at that.
salvia up there.
Salvia's still going. Look at that one over there in the lantana. This is like the true lantana here, man. That is beautiful.
So back to the coffee.
The whole coffee fell.
Again, we just came out here to enjoy it. Could have had some better coffee at home, but you know, it is what it is. We just wanted to come out here and enjoy it. We're coming up to a nice little spot here where there's a waterfall. I think you guys will absolutely love it and enjoy it. All right, so getting ready to close this out. A lot of fun walking down here the Riverwalk. You know, challenges too with the video because it tunnels, it's cloudy out, the sun's not really out, but just before we close it out, just wanted to leave you with a little bit of closing comments of, you know, the trip down here.
So this coming week we're expecting temperatures to drop a little lower than 20 degrees at night.
Yeah.
I think in the daytime as well. So that's pretty cold for San Antonio here. And as you can see, there's actually hibiscus growing.
Yeah.
There's roses, there's a lot of tropical plants here. And you know, I don't think even though there's an amazing microclimate happening here in the Riverwalk, some of the plants are starting to show already, you know, they're feeling the cold.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So that's why we wanted to go ahead and bring y'all before they start to shut down. I'm not sure if they're going to shut down. We might make a little.
Maybe we'll take another trip afterwards to see what it's looking like.
To see what happened. But 5-7 degrees it's definitely a difference.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, that means a lot, and that helps us a lot to understand more in our, you know, the new garden we're starting to create.
Yep.
You know, so yeah, I hope that you enjoyed it very much. It was had fun. A blast.
Yeah.
Coming out here and looking at all the beautiful plants and what they're doing at the moment. But that's why we wanted to go ahead and share, because it's been truly amazing to see.
Yeah.
Kind of a refresher.
Oh yeah.
of what's growing where we live at.
Yep. So hope you enjoyed the video, guys. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.